Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. If you want to submit your own stories or just chat with the community, then you can join the Discord in the top link in the description. But without any further ado, let's get right into some Reddit stories. I'm trying to eat here, man, but thanks for the extra combo. So this just happened about 40 minutes ago. I went out for lunch and decided to have some McDonald's. The restaurant has 2 doors, out of which one is closed due to being next to a remodeling area inside the venue. I am sitting across from said door, just enjoying my meal, when an old couple tries and fails to open the locked door. They somehow manage to not see the sign indicating that the door is locked, while pressing their faces against the glass. Old guy spots me and signals the door. I ignore him and continue to eat. I should mention that I am not dressed in any way as a McDonald's employee. I am wearing a copper red shirt and blue jeans. Eventually, they make it in, and he alone is over at my table. "Lazy piece of crap, aren't ya?" Only on Thursdays. "Why didn't you open the door?" "Because I'm eating and I don't work here." "You are lying. Get me your manager." "My manager is in New York on a business trip." "BS!" he screamed as he slapped my tray off my table, with my meal on it. So, I get up. He squares up, and I walk past him. I make it to the register, with him right on my heels, yelling stuff like, "Not so tough now, right? Going to cry to your manager now?" I didn't need to ask for the manager, since the old guy was being so loud. "Sup?" "This lazy piece of crap wouldn't open the door for us because he was eating, so do something about it." "That's right, and he knocked my tray off the table." "You got that meal for free, you'll get another, so quit your whining." "You're right, he is getting a meal for free. You need to leave. I can't have you assaulting my customers, so please leave or you will be escorted out." "But the customer is always right. And you shouldn't reward lazy employees for being lazy and talking back to a customer." "He doesn't work here. He is a customer, and you are on your way out." By this point, it seemed to have clicked for the old guy. He stared at me, then back to the manager. He called his wife, and both walked out. Got a free meal, and they gave me an Oreo sundae. Thanks, old guy. God, I wonder if this guy is selling some self-control, cause I could really use some of that. I'll poop wherever I like. This sub is a dream to me. I have experiences like this constantly. I think it might be due to having spent 17 years in the service industry. I just have that look. I've started wearing earbuds everywhere I go, but obviously that's not something I can do in restaurants and bars. My buddy was taking me out to a fancy French restaurant as a treat, and I was pretty gussied up. I really enjoy getting dolled up and wearing a beautiful dress to enjoy a wonderful meal. However, the city in which I live, Portland, Oregon, had a reputation for diners dressing down, even in fine dining restaurants. It's a running joke among locals. You'll go into a restaurant where a couple will easily drop a couple hundo on one meal, and over half the room wearing hiking clothes or yoga pants. I only mention this because the staff tends to be better dressed than the clientele. I was wearing all black with my hair in an elaborate updo and chandelier earrings. I think the all black is what started everything. This particular restaurant was a well-known, and frankly downright foxy, chef who typically works at a station expoing and plating where everybody can see him. It's also near the door to the only washroom and the service station. It's a huge restaurant, and with only one restroom, there was a bit of a line. I waited, and at one point, I think the chef and I exchanged a few pleasantries. When I was next in line, a middle-aged man in a Portland-issue plaid button-up and jeans got in line behind me. He had cranky energy and was shifting from foot to foot. It didn't seem like he had to go badly, just that he was impatient. I had been waiting much longer than him, and found his constant sighing and scoffing irritating. When it was my turn, I reached for the door only to have this awful man push in front of me and nearly knock me over, shoving himself into the open door. I was so taken aback, I just sort of froze and said, "Excuse me, I was next." Which is when he wheeled around and started yelling about how he wasn't going to wait while some waitress changed her tampon. And then yelled at the chef that he should have a staff bathroom because it's disgusting that the staff use the same bathroom as guests, and implied that he might not pay for his meal because of it. I stood there in absolute shock, and a full bladder, while this man took care of his business, clearly taking his sweet time out of spite. Maybe. Something about his personality made me think he hadn't taken a normal poop in years. The chef apologised to me, and a waiter who had been at the service station commiserated. I decided, screw it. I don't work here, but even if I did, there is no reason to be treated like I'm not a human. Seriously, dude. You're wearing muddy Teva sandals and suddenly acting like we're in Downton Abbey. When he came out, I used my entire body to block his path out of the bathroom and gave him a stern but quiet lecture about how A, I actually wasn't an employee, and B, there is nothing wrong with sharing the bathroom with the staff, and told him that he had ruined what should have been a special night out. Again, this all happened in full view of the entire kitchen staff and several members of the wait staff. I hadn't realised it at the time, but this jerk was actually seated directly next to my friend on the banquet. His female dining companion was sitting next to me. I had been gone easily 20 minutes, and my friend was confused and annoyed. I figured at that point I had nothing to lose, so I loudly explained what happened while gesturing to the awful man and making pointed eye contact with the woman. The man looked furious, and the woman just silently glared at him. After a few minutes, the waiter wordlessly dropped their check. They were mid-meal and hadn't been offered dessert. It was clearly a very pointed but polite, "Screw you, get out," from the staff after his rant. They paid without incident, and as they got up to leave, he tried to put his hand on her shoulder, only to have her jerk away and say, "Don't touch me." That face when you realise your partner is a complete douchebag who got you thrown out of a restaurant for screaming about tampons. We got a cheese plate and glasses of sparkling rosé as a gift from the restaurant. Cheers. I really hope that was like the first or second date that guy had with the woman, so she just completely blocked him after that. If he looks like a geek and walks like a geek, I was in Best Buy picking up some software. I do independent IT work. I was not wearing a blue shirt, but the racks were a mess, so I was going through the boxes looking for one that I wanted. This older guy, I'm an older guy myself, comes to me with a popular antivirus program and starts telling me his situation, and wants to know if that is the best product for him. I show him a more suitable product, considerably cheaper, and recommend it. He asks if I can come check him out. I laugh for a second and explain that I'm in IT, but I don't work here. He looks a little puzzled and walks off to the register. He comes back a few minutes later with his bagged box and asks me how much I would charge to come install the software at his office. I give him my rate, he accepts. I end up at his office cleaning a mess of 5 virus-infected PCs before I can install antivirus. That was 2 years ago. My billings to him have exceeded $10,000 for building an effective business network. Helping people in a store you don't work in can be very profitable. You see guys, that's why you need to be nice to every single person. So even if someone's stupid in the comments, which is quite often, you've still got to be nice to them, just be nice. Excuse me, I know you work here. Obviously not. This happened while I was taking a CNA, Nurse's Assistant, class. One day, my boyfriend picked me up from school and we decided to go get some groceries while we're out. Mind you, I was in full scrubs, and I was also in not the best mood. So, we're standing in an aisle, and I'm a few feet away from my boyfriend, looking at something on the shelf, when I hear, "Excuse me! Excuse me!" behind me. I turn around, and it's this middle-aged woman yelling, "Excuse me? What? Where are the command strips for frames?" I don't work here." She gets angry and rolls her eyes like a, "Oh yeah, right," then asks me again, "Just tell me where the department is." "I don't know. I don't work here." I'm a customer here and I'm about to spend $400 in this store. I'm literally in scrubs, telling her I don't work there. I don't know what else to say to her, so I just start walking away. Excuse me, I know you work here. Yes, excuse you. I told you I don't work here, lady. Leave me alone. My boyfriend and I walked away after that, and luckily she didn't follow. How someone can be that obnoxious and stupid is beyond me. I sympathise with anyone who crosses paths with her. I kinda feel bad for the store because they just lost out on $400 because she's probably just gonna leave because she thought she was being treated poorly. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you want to submit your own stories or just chat with the community, then you can join the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching and I will see you very soon.